Hello and welcome to All I Do Is Fail. I am your host, Tom Elwes. I'm joined today as ever by my co-host, Mr. Ali Woods.
Yo! Thanks, Phoebe. Tom,
Yeah.
the regular section now, starting now.
Okay.
How many hours sleep did you have last night?
It's actually, this could be a rocky one, guys, because it's up and down right now. Like, I would say like at least 5, but like broken. Very broken.
Okay, good, but a bad 5.
Yeah, like a lot of screaming at various times. A lot of me.
Ideally, you have no sleep, and I sleep a long slumber.
Yeah,
That's the best.
Dream podcast. We're joined as well by, of course, our producer Phoebe, who has a beautiful new haircut.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for noticing.
Looks like candy floss if you're watching on YouTube, that sort of colour.
Do you think?
Yeah, I
Candy
think so.
floss?
Candy floss, really cool.
I don't know. I tried to do it pink, but it just kind of looks like I dyed it ginger.
I said 90s Rachel from Friends.
90s Rachel from Friends.
You know when she had
That's
the Auburn
loads of
bob?
years.
You know when she
That's-
had the Auburn bob?
What? Oh yeah, that's good. The heart shape.
Yeah.
That's a
El
great
Casco.
haircut.
That's
That's not
what
heart shapes going down
No,
to her nips.
the colour I'm saying.
Oh, the
Excuse
cup.
me.
I just calls it as I sees it.
but
but-
it doesn't. Oh yeah, it does.
I think
Sun
it's,
does.
The Rachel Bob comes down to like bottom of her neck.
Should
and
I
might
cut
I
my
say,
hair like that,
oh man, that
Rachel?
Jennifer Aniston in 99 first season of Friends, outrageous.
There were so many women in the 90s and noughties cutting their hair thinking that would make them look like Rachel.
my favourite clip of all time, and it annoys me that you can't bring up clips, is that woman who... Remember that show 10 Years Younger? Remember that show 10 Years Younger?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
Okay,
Jesus.
so-
when they used to put them under the knife
Yeah,
as
so-
well. That's so
yeah.
funny. I love 10 Years Younger. If you haven't watched 10 Years Younger, it's a British show from the noughties. And what was brilliant about it is because they would. So was it someone got nominated?
Yeah.
So imagine your friend putting you into a show, being like, "You just look fuck ugly, and you don't need to." Like, that was basically like, she's so beautiful on the inside, but she's fuck ugly on the outside, and she needs some help. So this was the brilliant thing about 10 Years Younger, right? They would start with like their clothes and be like, here's like, you can dress younger, you're wearing old cardies with your thumb in them and stuff, like dress. They get them nice, stylish, and then they'd be like, and your haircut, and they do with your makeup, much more subtle with your makeup, like a bit of, all that help. And then the third act was just, anyway, we are actually going to give you plastic surgery.
Yeah. 10 Years Younger, one of the most iconic clips on it is if you go, Phoebe, if you could bring up 10 Years Younger, Rod Stewart is all you need to put in to YouTube, and you'll see this woman, they what they do to her hair is
Really?
beyond criminal.
Stewart.
Beyond criminal what they do to this lady.
I thought you.
Bring back Naughty's TV, you know, before the internet, before we could have glow-ups, we could have people lifting weights and looking better. We just had to deal with them going on 10 years younger.
Yeah. And you always imagine that, you know, Sue from Doncaster just a week later was like, I'm not wearing any of those clothes. They're disgusting.
Yeah.
I'm not. I've put my hair in a hat.
Yeah. Was it look good naked as well? That
How
was
to look good naked.
What was-
But that, as we know, was all about the confidence.
Yeah.
Gok one.
It was just about the confidence.
Old Gok.
What did he do? He just tried to instill confidence in him more.
So what he'd do was every week, as far as I'm aware, he would get a lady who had body confidence issues.
Right.
In the noughties, they were called fatties.
Right.
No, obviously not.
Okay.
Obviously, would never say that. Women have body confidence issues.
Yeah.
And he would say, you need to have more confidence. Then he'd give them a chunky belt and
Right.
send them on their way.
Okay. And I feel like
Wasn't that it? That was it, wasn't it? And that really accentuates your curves. And you're beautiful. Anyway, off you go, Barbara. You're beautiful. And that was it. That was like, it was sort of early RuPaul's Drag Race before they let the men do it.
why do I feel like they were always in some kind of shopping centre and they would drop?
Literally the opposite.
The blokes, RuPaul's Drag Race, full of load of blokes.
Yeah.
Got Kwan.
No, but he was doing it with women though, as in like RuPaul is the version of Gokwan, but with drag acts. Well, not really.
It's a
They're
real
talent
insight
competition.
into like that TV was obviously angled at sort of women probably sort of aged 35 to 50. Yeah, that shows you why the internet is important, because we watched an alarming amount of that. Like that was not TV designed for us. That was just all that was on. So you're
You
like,
had to
well,
watch it.
look good naked it is, I guess. You
I
know?
sometimes think back at the sort of shite TV shows I'd watch every week just because there was nothing
Nothing
on.
else on. You got to just watch it, you know?
Yeah. Have you seen those those social medias where it's just like horrifying children's TV from like
Back in the day.
the 80s, 90s, noughties.
yeah,
and
I'm
stuff.
sure,
It's
yeah.
absolutely. There was one. Do you ever watch Round the Twist?
Oh yeah.
There's one where this girl gets chased by a scarecrow that's come alive into the lighthouse and appears on the window and is like, "Let me in!" I used to watch that seven before
Queen's
school.
Nose as well.
Queen's Nose was creepy. I remember when I was talking about beauty standards, right? There was one episode of The Queen's Nose where she rubs the coin because her older sister don't ask me why I know. Her older sister had been complaining that she feels ugly. She's so ugly.
Right.
And then she rubs her nose and goes, "I wish my older sister was beautiful." And then it comes up on the mirror and goes, "She will be beautiful by your beauty standards." And the kid thinks that her granny is beautiful. So
She gets made into an old.
her sister gets made into an old granny.
What?
And she wakes up and goes, "Ah!" She's so mortified.
What a weird. It must have been quite.
Actually, what a prank to put on your sister.
Yeah. It must have been quite a laugh to write those shows. As like that'd been like just write some weird shit.
Also, it was like, low budget,
Yeah.
noughties, prosthetics. So it was like a paper mache face
yeah.
they put on this supposed 16-year-old girl. And she was just going, "I'm hideous!" And I was just like eating my Wheatos. Like,
Bernard's watch as well.
Oh,
Bernard's watch.
Great.
Stopping time to do his homework and shit like that.
yeah. Fortunately, they didn't do Bernard's Watch during puberty. 'Cause that would have been a very different show.
Bernard's a bloody pervert.
Yeah, exactly. Bernard's kept the watch.
Yeah.
The cheerleader's gone in for a shower. And Bernard, but no, Bernard. Naughty
Ooh,
Bernard. Just Bernard shoplifting and creeping on women. Bernard's watch.
Bernard's a pervert.
Bernard's Asbo.
Yeah.
He can pause it and he can go wherever he likes.
Bernard being a pervert, and then what was it, Brum? You ever watched that? It was like a little
Yeah.
talking car.
Yeah, weird show.
And then remember there was that show with the woman and she flew in a plane and had a little dog.
yes.
I do remember. She died.
Did she die?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
sad.
think so.
That's a crushing childhood memory.
outside.
She died.
I think she died, didn't she?
Come outside. Yeah, that was it. She was always going to like sewage factories. She was like, oh,
Down, look all around. Come on, Pippin.
yeah. I was that.
The air and on the
This is
ground.
So
Phoebe's
we've got her here.
drama school audition.
If you didn't know, Phoebe's actually the number one. What was it? Was it Come Outside tribute act? It's a niche thing, but
Yeah. There's one book in a year.
yeah.
A weird guy called Steve who lives out in Pembrokeshire. I just like the way she went up in the plane. Have you got a dog?
Yeah.
It's fine. Just bring a stuffed one. I've got one here, taxidermy.
See, I feel like American TV wasn't weird. It was cool. It was like it was like
Hey Arthur.
Keenan and Kel, Hey Arthur, all that stuff. That was good quality watching. We just got the weird British stuff.
I was obsessed with Orangeade on Keenan and Kel.
yeah.
Was it Orangeade?
Orange soda.
Orange soda.
Who loves
Oh,
orange
mate.
soda? I love orange soda. Yeah.
Mate, it looks so good. Just this.
I think it was just Fanta.
Yeah. That was it. Hey Arthur was a good one. But yeah, plenty of kids TVs to go through. Phoebe, we haven't spoken to you properly. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Oh, can I tell you about a thing that I did right before I went away?
We've not got time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So we move on to the first. No, of course you can,
Of
Phoebe.
course.
Please.
Of course. Well, so it was nearly a full moon just before I went away. I don't know if you guys noticed. It was very bright full moon.
Right.
Yeah, no, I did actually. Sorry, that was a story, right? Thanks for that story, Phoebe. What that was. No, my partner's well into the moon, like a werewolf in that way.
What? She's into the moon.
Well, mate, Phoebe, she's well into. And Phoebe, get on a storm. Well into the moon.
What? She got the
Moon-
chart. of the
Huh?
cycle.
Got the chart, mate.
That must be annoying.
Got the moon chart.
The moon chart.
She looks at me and goes, Have you seen the moon tonight?
Oh, have
And
you
I'm like,
seen
yeah, fucking.
Ali, we gotta get out there and do the dance.
No, we
Gotta do
actually
the moon
went up
dance.
to the top of her building to try and apparently you could see Mercury. So yeah, she's.
I bet
hope
you
you
love
can
that. And this is my impression of Ali, just like trying to watch the United game on his phone. And she demanded that he looks at the moon. He's like, yeah, all right, yeah, good.
Well, yeah. So my relationship thing is, I will support you doing it, but don't don't try and get me involved. I was like, because she wanted to see it, and she was like, I can't really see it. I was like, let's go up to it was like off limits, but I was like, let's just fucking go up. Then who's going to catch us? There's the fucking building. We'll just go up to the top. But yeah, when we're there, I'm looking through Man United Twitter. Going like, oh, no Mercury tonight. Fucking Martial injured again. Fucking useless.
I can't wait for you to have kids and be like talking to your son. She'd be like, oh, don't listen to your mum. She's talking about that moon shit again. She's talking about that moon stuff.
Yeah, she's in there turning into a werewolf. But yeah, to be fair, the moon, I get the moon could be quite interesting. It does, I'm sure, have some effect on the planet in terms of tides and periods and all that. Phoebe, so the moon was really big.
Yeah, so I was like watching it every day get bigger and bigger as it does.
Yeah.
And then I was leaning. I knew it was going to be the full moon, so I was trying to look out and see it because it had been like right outside my window. And I basically, you can open the windows like really wide. Okay. And I was just leaning out. And I nearly, I was like, imagine if, I didn't really nearly fall. But I was like, imagine if I fell from the 7th story of this massive building just because I was trying to watch the full moon. And the first thought was, don't lean out any far because the Adif boys are going to take the piss out of you too much. If that is your
if you
cause of
died,
death.
I'd be
Yeah.
like...
So a big fail from Phoebe this week.
She bloody died.
She's bloody died. But we'll be doing a live show from her funeral.
Yeah.
So if you want to come down,
That'll be good.
we'll be there. We're inviting all of her exes. By ex, anyone she's dated, ever.
Yeah.
Anyone she's looked at.
Anyone she's looked at.
It's good that in that moment of potential death that you thought of us. That's quite sweet.
Imagine that falling to your death and going, God, this is going to be embarrassing 5 minutes of next week's episode.
They're just going to rip the piss out of me so much.
Yeah.
Oh, well, but did you see it?
No,
Oh.
I couldn't see it.
Oh, but how come you could see it the other nights?
Because the moon moves.
Oh.
Does it? Across the
Yeah.
sky? Oh, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not that in...
So it was moving out of your vision?
It moved away from the vision, yeah.
Oh.
But when I was in Cornwall as well, the moon was so bright that it lit up like so much of the sea. It was mad.
Yeah, that must have been nice.
That's cool.
Romantic. Were you,
Brilliant.
your friend there, were you turning to each other being like,
Should we kiss or...
I just am so happy to be with you. And
Yeah.
that
was a lot of the
I'm so
shout
lucky.
out
Like,
Cornwall Katie.
yeah. I'm so. This is what they. Yeah, this is what Phoebe would do with her mate. With her mate watching the moon, just being like, I don't feel like we see each other enough. No, but you know that I am like, I love you. Like, you know that I think of you. I think of you every day.
We have the best
And I know I might not always message back as quick as, and like I know you don't, but it's fine. I forgive you. And like it's just that's the conversation they're having.
Yep.
Me and you watching the moon. We're just.
Well, you're not even watching the min. You're watching the United game on your phone, okay? And I'm doing all the peddling.
Get back, Dallo.
Yeah.
Get back.
I'm doing the peddling. On the pedalo as we go out.
Yeah. And you're there. Ali's calling. Fucking hell.
Oh.
Hello. Yeah. No. Yep. Yeah. You're right. Yep.
Good.
Oh, this is. But that's nice. Did you have a good time?
Yeah, it was lovely, and I hate that is a conversation that I think we had.
Good. Well, I think that's quite
Every
sweet.
day.
I think you had a lovely,
Yeah, it's lovely.
You had a lovely, nice time.
I think it's great that you're sharing your feelings with your
With your
I don't know why I
pals.
said it like that. Your feelings with your friends. That's good. So I threw this out to our listeners on
Right.
the old story. Who does the better impression?
Right.
And then I cheekily put Ali doing Ali,
Yeah.
or Tom doing Luca.
Okay.
To which my partner screenshot and said WTF. And I've still not explained it to her. You don't need to worry about it.
Don't worry. It's good. Don't worry.
Well, you don't want to listen to the podcast. You don't want to listen to the podcast.
That's
so,
fine.
Do you know what the score is?
Results are in.
Yeah, do you know what the score is?
Okay, no, go on.
Guess? You want to guess? Who won?
Technically, I would say I've got a better Irish accent than you do.
Okay.
An Australian accent, because that's not bad.
Okay. Eurovision narrator.
But
Yeah.
is it just the accent, or is it? But it's the impression, isn't
It's
it?
the impression, yeah.
So it's
Wow.
that's not just the accent. That's
Well,
everything. That's
If you
things
actually ever met
say.
my girlfriend, his impression of my girlfriend is so far off.
So it's spot on.
Tom,
Yeah, it's
Tom, I met her. Do you want me to recount how that went?
Okay.
Fucking hell! It's the other LA! That was me talking to her. Tom!
Okay.
You didn't say he was so bleeding attractive!
She said-
What a handsome little ringer! That's what she said.
Yep.
That's what
Word
she
for
said.
verbatim.
So, Phoebe, quickly, who do you think won?
I know who I voted for, so I'm going to say.
Savage.
So in what we'd call a landslide victory, 67% to 33, Ali doing Ali.
Oh no, bullshit.
Okay, right, but I voted for you, and when I did, it was 50-50.
Ooh.
Yeah, and
I
can I
think
also
I then
can you
had-
just say that his was like an ironic joke, because actually mine is quite good. Like you wouldn't that I actually do a solid Irish accent, whereas he's just doing a sort of pastiche of a of an Australian bogan truck
it's a
driver.
caricature for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to hear Luca's impression of you? Because she's
Okay, yeah,
like-
that'd be good. Yeah.
This is Luca's impression of you. Oh, so you're Ali's girlfriend. Anyway.
That's okay.
But that's your impression of.
Yeah, that's your impression
No,
of
that's
Luca
her.
doing an
That's
impression
her.
of me. So
That's her. This is not my
that's so-
impression. This is not my impression. This is my partner's impression.
No, but this is your impression of
Luca,
Luca's
you know,
impression.
this is my impression of her impression.
Yeah.
You know, Luca, you haven't said this to me. You said this to her. You know, Luca, I actually really care about Ali. He's like my best mate, but I would never tell him.
So that's how you know it's a spot on impression, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what apparently you
Apparently I said.
and then you were like, "Can I have some sports at Angel?" And she's like, "We're busy." But that was the victory. So thank you very much to all who voted. I really appreciate it, and thank you to the listeners who came down to my work in progress in Clapham on Thursday. It was a great fun night. I said, "I'll tell you what, I did an hour." And then I said, "I got more. Do you want more?" Silence. I went, let's do another 20. Let's do another 20.
Let's do it, baby.
Hours.
Let's
But
do
yeah.
it, baby.
What's been going on in your week, Tom? Oh, also, by the way, donate to our Patreon, patreon.com/aidedpod, because we have an exclusive that the Patreon backers would know about.
Yes.
The Patreon backers will know about, but it's staying on the Patreon. It's an exclusive about the plans, what we're doing.
For next month and forward. So
And forward,
please,
so-
if you subscribe to the Patreon, you will learn all.
Patreon.com/aidedpod. You guys know what we're talking about.
I
and,
don't know what
looking
you're
forward to
talking
it.
about.
Well, you don't subscribe to you. So.
Now, yesterday I did a gig and there was a life coach
Was it
in
Julius?
the crowd. Right,
Oh, I
there's a
thought you
life
said
coach.
during the gig.
No, not Julius. That Julius guy. I don't know.
Who's
I don't want to
Julius?
give him too much airtime. That dickhead from Made in Chelsea says he's a life coach. That guy.
yeah, the singer.
Yeah, the singer. That guy.
What was it? What was it? Wait a minute.
I think I don't know.
Yeah, that guy. So there was a life coach, and when I suggested that you didn't need any qualifications to be a life coach, okay, no, I asked her. I was like, "Do you need a qualification to be a life coach?" And she was like, "Yes."
Yeah, you have to have a printer.
Yeah, and exactly. Exactly. And then I was like, "Yes," and then I was like, "Really? What? I couldn't say I can just be a life coach?" And she was like, "Well, you could." And I was like, "Okay."
But that's her trying to get you to get
Yeah,
life coaching from her.
exactly.
Well, you could. With that attitude, you won't.
And then I asked her, what do we do in life coaching if I came to you? And she was like, we set goals. And I was like, anything else? And she was like, mainly setting goals.
She's like life coach / football coach.
Yeah.
But
You got 3 a season at least, the first half anyway. Yeah.
did you ask her to set you some goals?
Yeah, I mean, she really wasn't very friendly or very accepting as a life coach. She really was quite stiff. She's there by herself, which is fine. I don't, come to gigs by yourself.
Did you
Just
say
have-
try
talk about-
coaching yourself a boyfriend, mate?
Yeah. Yeah. Or girlfriend. We
Or
don't know.
girlfriend?
Or Bimmer.
Zimmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But very stern face as a life
Really?
coach. Not up for a laugh or engaging. I'm assuming she's quite a serious life coach.
She's probably getting mansplained life coaching from a bloke who thinks he's funny.
I was asking
Am I right,
questions.
ladies?
I was asking questions about the life coaching. I was saying, tell me more. And she just didn't want to. Maybe she didn't want to give away a secret because she wasn't paying for it.
Yeah.
That could be it.
If you subscribe to her Patreon.
Yeah, exactly.
She could be the life
She kills it.
So the goals I'd set for you, Tom, I'd say work out on your legs. I'd
No.
say was the what
Don't
do you
need to.
That's
Waste of time. Waste of time.
That's the first one. I'd say improve your vocabulary.
My vocabulary is extraordinarily strong.
I thought you were searching for a word there.
Extraordinary.
I thought you were going to say my vocabulary is really
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you were just going to see it now. You're going to see a wide variety of words used throughout this podcast.
Yeah. Phoebe, have you got any goals for us, life coach?
For you two. Well, I thought you were supposed to do monthly challenges this year.
We
Well,
are.
yeah. Well,
Tuning back in.
we didn't say. We said monthly, as in pick a month.
Yeah. And then we'll do the challenge.
It should have been called month-ish.
Yeah.
Let's do a spooky one then for
Yeah.
October.
Well, we're halfway
Spooky
through.
challenge.
We're halfway through October.
You should become a pumpkin.
become a pumpkin.
Yeah, be the pumpkin art.
Well, I'm closest to it already.
Yeah, I mean, he's basically already there.
I've got to grow a beard out.
like when you do the pumpkin carving, you have to make it into a mask. But I don't want to limit you to just a pumpkin on the face. It could be on the body.
Yeah, because pumpkin's not going to fit on my head, so that's not.
That's mean.
Yeah.
Do you want to kill him?
Okay, new idea.
Suffocate Tom.
I'd have to get one of those gigantic pumpkins. Fucking unit pumpkin.
You have to go down to the growing, the allotment.
Yeah, like random village.
The world's
Right.
biggest pumpkin bloke.
That's how they decide. Tom's trying to put it on if it explodes. Then they're like, unlucky, no win for you.
What a weird bit of British society that still goes on. Have you ever been to a farm fair? They always have ferret racing, which I always think is weird.
Sorry.
We never been to a farm fair. Oh, you don't know anything, mate. You just grew up in the bloody city, just being a city dweller. You know,
Grew up close to the city.
Oh,
you got family out in the country, haven't
yeah,
you?
I got families who lived on farms, and let me tell you, go to the old local farm fete. You've got the marrow growing contest. You know, everyone brings in their big marrows.
Right.
Yeah, and the big.
What do you do?
pumpkins.
Do you just have a look at them and go?
Yeah, well, that's a big marrow, and then it gets judged, and then a judge, an official.
Sponsored by the aubergine emoji.
Yeah, an official comes in and he sort of weighs up and looks at the size.
Official.
Yeah,
Official vegetable man.
yeah, exactly.
An official vegetarian.
Yeah, we got the guy from the counter at Waitrose coming down.
Probably, yeah.
And then they do stuff like ferret racing.
So sorry, how do they do that then? Will they let them go on a track?
Yeah, and they just boom down. And then
they got some cheese at the end. What a ferret.
yeah, there's like a little bit of something. And then they also do things like dog racing. You enter your dog into like a
You your own dog.
yeah.
And humans as well.
Yeah. And then they do like tractor pulling and stuff. Who's got the best tractor?
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, who can pull while they're on a tractor?
Yeah, exactly.
Driving around.
Cruising by. Oi, oi.
Yeah. Hey, did you get it?
Yeah.
Did you get it? That'd be good.
Oh, you want to see my load?
Do you ever enter your Do you ever enter your veg?
Very into my veg.
Your meat and two potatoes.
Yeah, you know, I don't feel like the veg I'd be growing would be up to par with the people who are growing the mega marrows and the mega pumpkins.
Got little
But
tomatoes.
weird bit of British society that still goes on.
Why
Fair
did you
enough.
guys? When have you gone there?
I don't know. We've just been up staying with family in the
Right.
middle of nowhere.
I-
That's the most exciting thing that's going on.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was in the weird plethora of women you've dated. I thought that one of them would have been like the
What the veg growing-
Lincolnshire, you know, in the veg. She's aired. She owns the acres. And she's like, Thomas, you must come down
to the face.
It's so much. You got a ferret.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just.
What a weird thing as well. Ferrets as well. People, you ever seen anyone walk a ferret? I've seen a bloke walking. A
I
ferret.
saw a person walk a ferret one time.
Yeah.
And then you think there's a reason you haven't got a human friend.
Yeah, yeah. They very rarely do. Or like people, I saw a bloke keep ferret in his hat. That was weird. Yeah.
What go?
Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah.
like Ratatouille.
Yeah.
Maybe the ferret is actually controlling him.
Weird. Never. Always weird. Ferrets.
There's a thing though that back in the old days they used to be like put a ferret down your trousers. And
What? No, it didn't.
you can look this up.
Okay, go
You can
away.
look this up.
Okay, yeah.
Ferret down your trousers, and that was the game of who can keep the ferret in your trousers for longer
Oh, really?
before shaking it out.
Oh, okay.
Because the ferret's obviously going nuts in there, going suddenly it's really dark, and
It's called. Do you know what the game's called?
what?
Ferret legging.
Ferret legging. There you go.
Okay, the old ferret leg.
Ferret legging. We're going to do that in the next live show. Next live show.
Okay,
You
it's-
and Phoebe,
Yeah.
three of us.
I'm gonna win because I wear skinny jeans.
Yeah.
No escape.
It doesn't count if the ferret dies.
Yeah. Got there for about a week, mate.
Yeah. What were we going to say, Phoebe?
Well, I was going to say it's either called ferret legging or put 'em down.
Put him down. Oh my god.
Okay, now that's what people scream. But yeah, what?
So you have to stand in front of the judges for as long as you can. It's not,
Okay.
and you can't be drunk or drugged,
Right.
and the ferrets can't be sedated.
Right.
And you literally you throw it down your trousers and you got it. That's it. And
People.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if you are allowed to wear pants.
okay,
Good.
rock our pants, chastity
Yeah,
belt.
I would be wearing pants. I would not be on commando and lobbing a ferret down there.
Oh my god! It said the sport is said to involve very little native skill, simply an ability to have your tool bitten and not care.
Oh my
Jesus Christ.
Christ. Well, there you go.
There is a world champion,
What a ferreter.
Reg Meller.
Well
I'll try
done,
and
Reg.
get him on.
You
Try and get him on as a guest.
You bloody hero, Reg. You keep doing what you're doing. You keep...
Reg.
Oh
Surely
my
it's
goodness!
Reg.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Hang on. the female version, of course, there's a female version of ferret legging. You can't just call it ferret legging.
No.
It's called ferret busting.
Oh, I thought you were going to say ferret pegging. Like
What, down the boobs?
Yeah.
busting.
Wow.
But apparently it proved unsuccessful.
Yeah, I feel like that's just a load of pervy farmers being like, you just got to put it down your top love.
Yeah, do you know what? Let's get a man in there.
It's,
A ferret. You got a small man. Let's just look down your top. How long will you let us look down your top for?
Yeah.
I don't know why they're from East London.
Oh.
They're crunchy.
Apparently, as well, it was because it was to stop poachers would like put them down their trousers to hide them.
Poachers to hide the ferrets. Why would they want to hide the ferrets?
Because they were used for hunting.
Okay. What would you hunt with a ferret?
Mouse.
Rabbit? I don't know.
They could do one here.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it was when you were allowed to keep animals that were used for hunting. So wealthy people in England were keeping ferrets, and then poachers were trying to hide the ferrets.
Right.
But the origin is a bit disputed.
Okay. Well, there you go. The old
Ferret legging.
ferret legging.
That'll be the next episode.
Yeah.
Tom versus Ali. That's the live show. Tom versus Ali.
People would love that.
No podcasting.
No.
Just ferret legging. Live ferret legging experience.
A bit of a ferret legged stream. Just lobbing shit down our trousers. Oh, having a good old. That's the kind of wholesome fun that people don't have anymore. Now they're all there with their bloody internets.
You're all on our phones. We're not actually
Oh.
ferret legging enough.
Oh, you're playing the bloody Call of Halo, whatever. Now you could be, slobbing ferrets down your pants.
Call of Halo.
Oh, and also, apparently it's a dying sport, and it's due to lack of brave contestants and complaining wives. Down those complaining wives.
Well, that'd be your problem right there. The bloody complaining wives.
I tell you what,
Oi.
and the complaining wives, that's a big organisation, let me tell you.
They've been going for generations, those lot. Every time. Let me tell you else where they show up. The pub at midnight.
pub.
They're always there at the pub at
Always
midnight.
trying to ruin my fun. Can't have a pint and drive.
Yeah.
Can't even put a ferret down my pants anymore. He's complaining, wives. He's complaining.
Oh.
They were in a group, weren't they? Stefan Salone and the complaining wives.
Complaining
I
wives.
like that someone's put down that on the officials. I tell you what, it's bloody Reg who's written that Wikipedia article up. And do you know why you don't do it anymore? Reg, put down complaining wives. I don't care. They can edit it if they want.
Oh, you don't mind?
Put it down.
We don't mind the bloody complaining wives if you're screwing up my day.
Complaining wives. I bet you click that link. They'll have a lot to show for you on Wikipedia.
That is on Wikipedia.
Complaining wives.
Complaining wives.
Oh, that's a group we'll get behind.
Tell you where I was out on Saturday night.
Where were you at, mate?
The York Pop World.
York Pop.
Friday night. even.
Cool.
I went up to York 10 years since I went to uni. Refreshers.
Right. Refreshers.
Yeah.
Did you go to play a gig there or just
No,
for a laugh?
with mates. Yeah,
Just
with
for a
mates.
gaff.
15 of us, I think.
That's not
Went up.
creepy. Yeah.
We stayed in halls.
Yeah. Only 6 of you pulled. But well.
There were. This is a sign of the times. There were only 2 single guys up there in the
Yeah.
crew, and
The rest of you were sort of like leaning at the bar, just being like, yeah, so we're getting married in Italy next year. How's that sound to you, 18-year-old girl? How's
well-
that?
yeah. I'm not being creepy. I'm trying to explain to her about life. I'm the last person who wants to get with her. I'm just saying, you got to look out for men. You got to look out for men who will be creepy.
Yeah.
No, we were just sitting at the bar talking about our complaining wives, and keep going on. Just because I forgot a birthday, it's not important. The ferret legging competition's coming up. I was training.
Maybe she was annoyed that there were chunks out of his tool, as they put it.
Oh,
Penis.
this-
Won't be a problem for me.
Yeah.
If anything, helpful.
Red don't mind.
Reg don't mind. Reg's got smallest penis in all of Cornwall.
Yeah. That's why I'm so good. That's why I smashed it every year.
9 inches when I started.
Yeah. Down to 3.
So it was that, but there was only 2 guys who were still single, and it was me and them and one lady who was out on the second night.
Right.
2 nights in a row. When you get later in life,
Oh.
2 nights on a row. Tell you what, that was hard.
Oh.
That was hard to get people out for that second night.
One night you're like, yeah, party time. Where were you staying as well? Where were you staying?
We were in halls.
You
on
actually
the
stayed in
campus.
halls? That's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
weird that you were in halls.
So they.
You just coming in your Man United shirt, just being like, oh, you guys still go Pop World, is it? That's
Mate,
oh,
yeah, leaning over some of the Kinji counter. Have a guess where I ended up last night.
Oh,
Pop world for my sins. Where were you? Oh, the student night. Yeah. Wouldn't let us in. Weird. Don't know what. I still have my student ID. Haven't aged a day. Have a look at that. Haven't aged a day. What do you mean different person?
Well, yeah.
Haven't aged a day, have I?
what do you mean? It went out in 2013. What?
Yeah. Sometimes I think more forehead the better. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there's a corporate bit where they let people stay.
Right, you stayed in the
We stayed
corporate hall.
basically, where you can stay. So we stayed up there for a weekend, and yeah, getting people out for a second night was a tough slog, but it was actually sick. York, if you've never been, you've been to York, Phoebe?
Maybe. Ages ago. I have
Right.
family in Yorkshire.
Oh right, well mate, get to you. You've been to York?
I've been to York.
Yeah, it's lovely, innit? Go to York.
It's a really
but,
nice
yeah.
place. I wouldn't say it's like the party capital of the world.
Well, Pop World was pretty popping. Tell you what, who was in there? So they've got a rotating dance floor. The rotating dance floor is about the width of us sitting away from each other.
Okay, cool.
So you get on the rotating dance floor. You have to sort of barge your way
First
on.
of all, I'd like to know, was there a celeb that showed up? Because normally, we had a lot of Geordie Shore cast. I'm assuming if you ask the kids now, Geordie Shore cast, they'll be like, I don't even know who that is. I'm assuming now it's like YouTubers or like Cal the Dragon or something.
Yeah. Tell you there was
Right.
Hollywood going around showing my followers.
Recognised?
Yeah.
Huh?
Did you get recognised again?
It's not about being recognised. It's about people being too scared to come up with you sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, I'll
He
tell
was
you.
going around being like, look, 100k on TikTok. And they were like, kids there being like, yeah, I've got 300k. And all I do is eat butter.
Yeah.
So,
So this time, guys, we're going to go for Flora. Now, I know a lot of you have been requesting it, so I'm really excited to do this. Just eats the whole stick in one go. So I'll tell you what, not really my demographic in Pop World on Friday night. And
you were sort of in your Man United shirt, just like, just dancing. You're like going up to the DJ, have you got Drunken Love? And he's like, what even is that?
Literally, yeah.
What?
No, well, that's too modern for that.
Right.
Mr. Brightside got played about 3 times.
Okay.
But it was mainly men in white shirts and sort of ties undone in their 30s. That was, if anyone's interested what Pop World is on Friday night in York, that is the main.
Oh, wait, so it
I
wasn't
think
a
that is
student
a lot
night?
of pop
No.
worlds though.
No, that's why we went to. Well, yeah, exactly. That's why we went to Pop World, because it's not a student night, because you could just go in. It's just a club night.
Oh.
But we wouldn't go to. We couldn't go to the student night.
I assume that's what you lot were doing.
That would be creepy.
Yeah.
That would be quite.
Yeah, oh, it's fine. We'll do fancy dress. What's the theme?
Yeah.
We'll get involved. Baywatch. Yeah.
To be fair, we did think about going to the student night, Salvo on a Friday, and still the same, Koh Samui, get over it. And I was walking past, they were like, "Are you the Ali?" I'm like, "Yeah, just get on with your lives, mate." No, we saw the queue. 2 things: too long, too young. It was
Way too- 18
mate, bunch of kids,
18-year-old
bunch of kids. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
good though.
And you don't want to have to sit in that queue and they'll be like, oh, so what are you studying? It's just like,
Learned it all, mate. Learned it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you've got out of this little bubble, then you'll really start learning.
Yeah.
And you'll really
enjoy it. Enjoy it. It doesn't get better than this. That's what I'll say. It doesn't get better than this.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, it was wicked though. I'd recommend it. Recommend a little reunion. Did you have a little reunion to Oxford Brooks?
Yeah, I've been.
Get the people out of jail.
Yeah, the lads.
Gary's on bail now.
Lads. Yeah, I've done reunions. We normally actually go to like Manchester, weirdly, of all the places that we're going.
Okay.
A lot of
That's
mates-
geography degree didn't go well for
Yeah.
you lot. I swear this gets. It's Manchester, then Oxford. Everyone knows that from London.
on a train.
TransPennine
Yeah.
goes through Oxford.
No, it's just a lot of mates move there because it's just cheaper.
Right. Fair enough.
Cheaper.
Well, there you go.
Okay, right. Anything else we need to talk about? Economy's still fucked. That's
Well,
really-
I mean, we got to say, maybe we should start. We're starting one campaign. One campaign we're starting, aren't we?
yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh,
Bloody Ryan
this
Reynolds,
fucking
mate.
arsehole.
Ryan Reynolds. And I know a lot of you have been, I like Ryan Reynolds. He's so witty and quick, and he's funny, and he's good looking, and he's the star of multiple blockbuster successes, right? But there's a time
There's a time and a place for this, and I'd
you
like
have
to
to make
say
a stand.
one more time. Okay, I would say this is probably the 15th iteration of my great grandfather. Okay,
They were close.
yeah, we knew knew each other well. Me and John, I think that was his name. And once again, 0 royalties have been dripped down to the old Mr. Tom Elwes for using my great grandpa's likeness
Yeah.
and backstory of the ghosts that went to see him.
So to catch up on this, yeah, Scrooge
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yeah.
The popular popular book and then film Christmas Carol. Scrooge the character is based off of
On my ancestor.
Tom's
Legitimately a man called John Elwes, same surname as me.
Mexican.
Yeah.
Originally it said
It's a sort of a Mexican folktale.
yeah. Gos dale Navidad. Phantom de Navidad.
Yeah.
So that was originally what it was based on. But now Ryan Reynolds is taking up the character.
And Will Ferrell.
And Will Ferrell, the prick.
Yeah.
Right. No, and Octavia Spencer. You're in on it too, right? Let him do it. Tom needs to reprise the role.
If anyone's going to play my ancestor, it should be me, you know, and not any of my other successful acting cousins.
Exactly.
Fuck them. They don't need it.
They're not involved. Has Carrie always got a new film coming out for Christmas?
Yeah, he's got some stuff. He's got some pretty
A
good...
sectioning for Christmas.
Yeah. I think actually he's about to be in the new Mission Impossible. Whatever, we don't need to promote it.
Don't care, mate. Hope you get killed off in the first scene.
Yes, ideally.
That'd be good though. Still hasn't replied to us trying to get him on the pod.
Not once. I've actually messaged him on every social media platform. He's on TikTok. Didn't even reply there. So
He's on TikTok as well.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
Good for him. Well, good luck to Tom on it. We're going to take him to court, maybe.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get some royalties off Reynolds.
Yeah, try and get something off him.
Nightmare. Absolute nightmare.
Well, I'll message him on Instagram and say...
See if he replies.
And then, the other news is just the economy's in continual turmoil. And
fire. We're on fire.
And Liz Truss might be the shortest Prime Minister ever. Maybe.
Could be fun. That could be, just fucking...
Phoebe, ready for your quip? I'll do it again. Liz Truss could be the shortest Prime Minister ever.
I'm not going to do it now.
Okay, thanks, Phoebe.
Thanks, Phoebe.
Oh, it could have been Rishi Sunak.
Okay, too late.
Yeah, good. That's one for the edit.
Yep. Smashed it.
I did it. It was a quip off the cuff earlier.
What do you think? Me and Tom spent an hour rehearsing the episode before we come on.
This is all pre-recorded.
It's written.
Okay, do it third time. Third time, lucky.
No.
So, the economy's still in turmoil. Liz Truss could be the shortest Prime Minister ever.
No, that would be Rishi Sunak.
Hey-o.
Should I do a sound effect as well?
No, that'd be too forced. Okay. Right, we're going to move on.
Okay. We're going to move on. We're going to move on to our first regular section, which is, of course, Agony Uncle. Not in a weird way.
Not in a weird way.
We have an update.
Yeah.
Update from the guy who might have been made redundant.
Oh.
I was made redundant.
Savage. Okay.
Yesterday. Luckily, they're giving me 4 weeks' notice. So I've got time to find a job. So fingers crossed.
4 weeks.
Fingers crossed, right?
Keep going in. That was our advice. Keep going back in.
Okay. So if maybe send in your skills. And if someone on the podcast knows of a job going or is an employer themselves, we'll get someone message and be like, I've got a job.
Yeah.
What does he look like?
Yeah. He just sent me a picture of his feet, nothing else.
Yeah, I've got a job, yeah. So maybe send in your skills. If you know of a job going, then we could try and get this person a job. Maybe send in your CV, not full CV, just the highlights.
Yeah.
Cheers for the offer of the Vauxhall front of house job, but I live in the middle of Suffolk, so unless they pay mileage, I would say they do not pay mileage.
No, definitely not.
I don't work here myself,
Yeah.
but I would with 100% certainty say do not pay mileage.
Most jobs don't pay mileage.
Appreciate the advice, though. I've already started applying for jobs. So there we go. That's it. Good. Nice. But if I don't get one in 4 weeks, I'll be doing Ali's wildcard suggestion, which is keep going in.
That's good.
Keep going in. And don't be weird about it. Just be like, all right, hey, how's it going?
Sit down at your desk.
Yeah.
And don't even bat an eyelid. Just
down. Be like, we've not got many emails coming in. Just crack on. Just do something. Write stuff on Word. Just write out stuff.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
Don't let anyone ever sit in your desk as well. Make sure you get in early so the new guy doesn't ever sit in your desk.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. So send in what your skills are and what you're looking for, and we'll try and find a job. And if there's any failures out there, piffies out there, who, they
can help them out. All I do is LinkedIn.
All I do is LinkedIn, right? All I do is find jobs. So we could maybe get you a job. And keep us updated. See if you've got interviews and jobs.
Yeah.
And we'll go for it. Right, so then... I didn't actually explain Agony Uncle. Agony Uncle is...
Hey, no. Agony Uncle, for those who don't know, is we try and solve your life mares in a humorous but also hopefully helpful way.
Yeah, life job. That was quite good. How about this? we always start with the official Instagram at AidofPod.
Yeah.
Follow us on there. We're doing regular clips, and the clips are going quite well.
Yeah.
Thank you to GCSE Lucas for doing this. My mother-in-law saw my sex tape when she used my phone to take a picture, and now won't talk to me. So that's again, mother-in-law has seen your sex tape
God.
because she used your phone to take a picture, and now won't talk to you. What do you do in that situation, Tom?
Fucking hell. Well, the big question is here: who was it with?
Yeah, that's the big one.
Because if it was with your kid, I don't know what's worse. I actually don't know they're both terrible options. I don't know why I was suggesting that if it was with her kid, it would be better.
Well, I assume mother-in-law. Otherwise, it would have been a fail of they saw my sex tape and now she knows I'm cheating or whatever. But I would assume.
Sorry, you have no idea of the parameters of their relationship. Could be very open. So we don't,
Bimmers and all.
Bimmers and all. Sorry. That's his apology for not understanding your progressive relationship.
If you're having a bit of head and shafters,
Yeah, a bit of head and shafters.
in an open relationship and you're filming it and it's all consensual, we salute you.
Well done.
Send them in.
Please don't.
Send them in
I don't-
to Tom's personal account
No, please.
at Tom Elwes.
Don't do
Send
that.
them in.
I really don't want to see your head and shafters.
I'll give
That's
you-
the last thing I want to see people.
We'll post his email, personal
Yeah.
and professional, and send it all in so that we transfer it.
I have been sent unsolicited sex tapes before, and I did not enjoy it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
We all have, haven't we, Phoebe?
Yeah, sorry, I'll stop sending them.
But this is, I assume it would have been with the son, daughter,
Yeah.
them,
They.
That's so.
Zimmer. So what would you think? What would
Right.
you do in that situation? So imagine this, Tom. You've given your phone to Ali's mother-in-law. She's gone, thank you, Tom. Taking it. Gone to try and take a photo. You know how people are with
Yeah.
technology. Gone to try and
Yeah.
take a photo, skip through the photos.
Never swipe. Never
And,
swipe.
you and Ali having a bit of head and shafters.
I'd just like to say, first of all, why has he got... Because if she's clicked on it wrongly, that means the last thing in his camera roll was the sex tape, which is quite a dangerous thing to have.
Yeah.
Just
But
up
that's
and ready.
maybe what gets them off.
Yeah.
It's-
And did you see the little picture in the corner? It was like, what the fuck is that? And then clicked on it, and it was just a full sex tape.
she just saw an arse.
Us and like...
I'll have a bit of arse in my day. I reckon she's clicked. I reckon what happened is, that's how I imagine. She's clicked on the camera, and in the camera, it has the little icon in the bottom left that's like the photos, go to the photos. And she's thought that's maybe to take a photo. She's pressed it. It's immediately come up with like the whole.
Oh, God. That's
And,
your sex tape, Christ.
it's me crying.
Yeah.
Getting someone wet.
Yeah.
So don't. So. What'd you do? Come on, Phoebe. You've been quiet. What's going on? What
What do
do?
you do?
They've seen, and now they won't talk to you.
But then I think that's the immature part, isn't it? They're not talking to someone.
But what do you do? So
Yeah, you have to say...
you need a relationship with your mother-in-law to keep.
It's a horrible space to be in. If your mother, that's the worst. I would argue the last person in the world you'd want to see your sex tape. I don't think there's any. I can't think of really anyone else I would want to see my sex tape less than your mother-in-law.
She butters.
Yeah.
That's grim. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Family politics.
That's the last straw right
Do you
there.
think you'd rather your mum saw it than your mother-in-law?
Well, if your mum saw it, she'd probably just be like, "Oh, that's gross. Just don't. What the fuck?" And like, you could probably potentially get over it. Your mother-in-law, that's a really tricky dynamic. That's.
You're not as close.
You're not as close. Like with your mum, that's just super embarrassing, and you're like, "Fuck's sake, mum!" Like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And like your mum's not gonna like. I imagine with the mother-in-law, she's gonna be like, "What's this?" Really look at it. Your mum is just gonna be like throwing that away straight
if
away.
that's their, like her daughter or son,
Yeah.
then she wouldn't have looked.
Well, you don't know because you don't.
Well,
know
she might not
you don't know
recognise
what position
she was watching at first.
Yeah.
Maybe she's watched the whole thing. Maybe she's silent because
I don't
I think
you're
you
not
should ask-
satisfying my son.
I think you should ask her for lighting advice and some direction. Maybe if she could hold the camera next time.
So here's my thoughts, right?
Right.
Now this is the tricky thing. You got to talk about it. You got to talk about it.
Really?
Yeah, you got to talk about
We
it.
take very different approaches.
You got.
I bury
yours
that.
is-
I bury it and I never look at her in the eyes
Hang
again.
on, if the mum isn't talking to you, how do you know that she's definitely seen it?
Well, they're clearly
Because-
next to
because
each
you
other. They
don't
were
wanna-
clearly next to each other, and then
But
she saw.
you don't want to be like, bring it up and be like, listen, why aren't you talking to me? Is it because I know you saw the sex
Yeah.
tape, blah, blah, blah. And then she'd be like, what sex tape?
You might, but just say, why aren't you talking to me as an opener? This is the thing, right? Do you talk to your partner first and say, can you talk to her? Can you? Because then maybe that's better in that the partner talks to their mum and goes, look, mum. And that's maybe an easier
You
conversation.
think that's better? Asking your partner to say, did you see my sex tape to her mum?
So, for instance, me asking my partner to talk to her mum about it, because that might be, because they've got an existing relationship.
Is this something
Or-
that's happened?
Me? No, I don't film anything I do because I might be famous one day. So I don't film it.
It's ambitious.
I don't want to be embarrassed.
But haven't you got the best lighting set up?
I use the ring light for
Yeah.
why is it called? I think it's called the ring light. So,
Oh.
so I don't do. I had my ex wanted us to film a sex tape.
Mhm.
She wanted to film a porn,
What a full porn.
with rolls and
I imagine with all your wigs and
imagine-
props and stuff, you take it really seriously, and you,
I'd
you'd
go-
be like, "So look, I'm the damsel in distress. I've got the wig," and then you.
I'd come in and I'd be like, "Have you not done your work? Have you not finished your homework or whatever it is? Whatever. Have you not?"
Did she want a dialogue at the beginning?
She wanted. I think her thing was an office thing. She wanted. So have you not done your? Why haven't you?
Did she want to be the boss, or did you have to?
We didn't get that far. I mean, but if
She wanted you to be the little secretary, and she was going to be the boss.
maybe she comes in and she goes. Maybe she goes. Oh, she's quite posh. Maybe she was like, oh, I see you haven't finished your work again. And I'd be like, can I stop you right there? I didn't feel convinced. Maybe we go again. Maybe let's do it with the scripts, okay?
Stick to the script, don't ad lib.
And I'm trying to make jokes. I'm like, it's not punching.
It's like Aaron Sorkin here. Just like if you go off script, we done.
Aaron's like, we're done. I'm also like, maybe we should get. I've got a mate who can do it.
Yeah.
I've got someone.
We'll swap for the sex bit. Pretend this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The sex bit will be us
Yeah.
because I know, but you are quite wooden.
Weak acting.
Yeah, I would. So you've got to decide. I think either go to the partner and say talk to your mum, or go to the mother-in-law. You got to talk to them, and you got to be like,
No, you got to do it. Yeah, you got to talk.
you got to be like, you got to. I personally, I would go to the mother-in-law, and I would say, look, obviously,
You saw it.
you saw the magic. No, I would go to them and be like,
Yeah, what
I'd be
do
like,
you
I'd be like, why? How, I feel like we're not talking, and I think I might know what it is. Do you want to talk about it, and then see what she says? And if she goes, I don't want to talk about it, then just be like, was it something you saw on my phone? And if she's like, no, what's that? And then they go, oh, okay, no problem. Just obviously there's some pictures of me on there that you might, but then you can be like, well, what's the actual problem? But if she goes, yes, I think that's disgusting or whatever, then you just have to be like, look, mate, you're a fucking old bag who doesn't get laid anymore. Fuck you. I fuck your son.
Yeah.
And just
What would you
that's how I would do it.
Yeah.
Nice and simple.
Was this sent in out of interest? Would you say by a
conventional gender norms?
Yeah, from a conventional.
I would say through conventional gender norms, a woman.
I had in my head it was a bloke. Shit. Fuck. That shifts the dynamic completely for me.
Racist.
Yeah. No, because if it's a bloke, it's like,
Transphobic.
if it's a bloke, it's
Okay.
just I just feel like, because from my I'd just be like, oh, I'm really sorry, that's just really awkward, right? I just
Sorry.
yeah,
sorry.
I just say
sorry,
like,
I shagged your daughter.
I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. Like, you just say it like that. But if it's, I guess it's an more interesting dynamic.
That's what I'm saying. I
It's a
don't think
weird,
I would want the mother. I think I'd care more though if your mum saw it. than the
So
mother.
what would you do in this situation, Phoebe?
Yeah,
Because the other option is to completely ignore it.
No,
Well, obviously this is
I
the
would.
problem.
I would address it and be like, do what you said, like, what's up? But also, if she says that she's got a problem with it, then you do just have to be like, okay, well, we'll agree to disagree.
I would.
It's done now, innit? What can
Yeah,
she
like,
do?
what can she do about it?
I would go full on. I'd sit it down, presentation, okay, up on the whiteboard, and just be like, reasons I made the sex tape, okay. 1,
Look at Kim Kardashian's success.
exactly.
Yeah. Trying to make money.
Yeah, trying to make us famous.
OnlyFans.
I will pay you. You could be Kim K's mum.
Yeah.
2, your son could be Kanye.
Yes. Look how well it turned out for him.
Exactly.
Have you seen his new Donda Academy, by the way?
Yeah, it looks great. I can't. That's where I'm sending Teddy.
Probably would as well.
I've signed him up. Apparently, it's quite competitive. They said you have to sing about his mum or something. I was like, yeah, all right. What?
But you actually have to do. Have you seen the clip?
Yeah, good.
Where they sing in Good Morning.
Good.
And
Good morning,
in all black
Donda.
clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Weird. Have you heard about this?
No.
So Kanye West has opened a private school, $15,000 a term or a year.
Yeah.
And you have to sign an NDA so the parents don't know what goes on in the school.
Yeah.
And there's kids who are at that school.
I saw the tweets. It was like, in 10 years, Netflix surviving
Yeah.
Donda.
Surviving Donda, yeah.
That's horrific.
And the clip that's got released was like, they're all in black clothes, like Kanye West would wear, and they're singing Good Morning.
How old are they?
Range of
Roughly.
ages. So there's probably the oldest is probably like 16, and it goes down to maybe like 7 or something.
Yeah, they're
like
all in the same class. It's not weird.
Yeah.
I don't even think, Kanye, whatever. Just he's doing his thing. Still, I guess some people have said he's gone a bit off the rails recently.
Not me.
Bit weird, but it's whatever. Creative genius.
So you would go with the PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, 3 point. I'd say 1, Kim K. 2, you could be Kanye. 3, Kris Jenner. And then I just end it with like a sort of me and her holding bags of money.
Yeah.
And then the sort of like overarching title is OnlyFans ?
Yeah.
And that's how I do it.
I think, speaking of NDAs, I'd get her to sign one.
Oh,
Like-
What, the mum?
Yeah.
Why? Because
Can't discuss it with anyone.
can't discuss anyone else.
Can't disclose the sacred detail.
Yeah. Okay. If I'm not going presentation, I wanted to do it subtly. What would you say the sex tape is? Would you be like, so I saw you may have seen some footage?
My home movie.
My home movie. My home movie's good. Yeah.
Just go up to her and go, look, I made a porn. What do you want?
Yeah.
What do you want from me?
Get drunk with her and then bring it up.
Oh,
100%.
yeah.
Get her pissed. Get her real pissed because
Yeah.
she doesn't want to speak to you at the moment because she's scarred of your
Loosen her
sex
up.
tape. Yeah, so loosen her up and then bring it up. Or there is the curveball factor in this that it could have been a sex tape with someone else. She's cheating on her son. In which case,
Or just a previous one from like ages ago.
An old.
why would it be so far up in your camera?
It might not be. She might be really bad at using technology.
You got to be really. You got to.
If she was looking and then she took a picture, then she went into the photos to try and see it. She went to the albums, maybe clicked
sex
on
tape
videos.
album.
Well, no, she maybe clicked on videos. Maybe it was just there.
Mm.
You don't know. She might have cataracts.
Well, she was blind. She wouldn't fucking watch it.
No more. She was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think part of me thinks film another sex tape. I'm not sure how that works,
Yeah.
but I think that could be helpful.
Yeah. Film just explain to her this is what the kids do, and you need to get on board.
Just to go up to her really tearily and go, your son made me do it.
Yeah.
That'll get you off the hook.
Yeah. Fine. Sorted.
Suddenly, your son, your partner is having an awful
Could be
time.
2 gals.
Could be 2 girls.
Could be 2 gals. Well, then we're dealing with potentially coming out to your mother. There's lots of variations we go here. Let's stick for traditional. Not traditional. That's not the word. Let's stick to
Racist.
gender norm,
Heteronorm.
heteronormative couple. Right now. We'll stick to that and say it's that.
What wrong with proper couple?
Right, we need to wrap up.
So
Just say one day you're going to turn into a nagging wife or whatever.
Complaining wife.
Complaining wife.
complaining wives. Yeah.
Good.
Be like this.
You go. No. What you have to do is approach the father-in-law and be like, "Can you sort out your complaining
Complaining
wife?"
wife.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's it. Yet another complaining wife.
Oh, here we go.
That'll be another segment we have. Complaining wives. The complaining wife of the week goes to.
If you have got any complaining wives, send it in. Send your story of your complaining wife.
Right. Okay, so we move on to our final section,
Which is-
which is of course fail mail. This is where you send in your responses to a certain fail or topic that we send out on our Instagrams. And this week, because we're getting to the spooky season, we asked for scary stories. Now, there's not many scary stories.
No.
So here we go with the few that we have.
Okay.
I'm going to read them out. Don't get too frightened. Listening at home, you might want to turn all the lights on.
Spooky.
This one is bracketed with scary story,
Mhm.
colon. Right. I live alone. In the middle.
The end.
That's from
Ali Woods.
It's the most productive way to live. I live alone in the middle of the Kent countryside. That's not the end.
Okay.
Pretty remote place, quite difficult to reach without a car.
Ooh.
Literally no one walks on the roads at night because there's no pavement.
Oh my God.
In the summer, I fell asleep on the sofa,
Mhm.
left the front door open because it was so hot.
Right.
5 a.m. I wake up to a 40-year-old woman standing over me,
No.
just staring at me, watching me sleep.
Oh, what the fuck?
End of the story.
And oh.
What would you do in that situation? You try and get off with her.
Yeah, if she was fit.
So you're checking me out? This is the only time I can sleep. Fuck off.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say.
That's horrid.
scary.
That is
Scary.
horrible.
So, Phoebe, I sent you to look up, but we had one talking about the South America mythical, vengeful La Llorona, El Llorona, or El Silbón. El Silbón. Your
It's my great granddad.
yeah, yeah.
The
Do you know what these are?
the legend of the deadly whisper. I'm guessing,
Okay.
but we really don't have.
We've not got time. Okay, cool.
Okay, we don't have time to look up the legend of the deadly whisper.
Well, that's one for the Patreon. We could do that.
yeah,
later.
we'll do that then.
because all of the videos are quite a few minutes long. And
Okay. we
Okay,
don't.
fair enough.
Fine.
Fair enough. And then we have this final story. This is scary.
I got one.
Oh, okay, go for yours then. Go for yours.
The gas bill.
Right.
That wasn't me. Someone else sent that. in.
Okay, Phoebe, this is the issue, right? When you pipe up. To be fair, I mean, I had a few like that, but I didn't read them out because they're quite short. So I had a couple of people typing in Liz Truss. And then someone said, neighbour in Amsterdam strangled her husband to death.
Oh.
And then they said, still had a few cans with her. I
What?
don't know what that means. So, I mean, that's what I had there. But I'm reading out this other story. Okay.
I've got a quick one. I've got
Okay.
I once woke up in a car park with nothing but my keys and the Mac instructional manual. That was from Mo Omar.
Friend of the show.
Yeah.
Go back and listen to his episode. Is that your one? Have you got any more?
No, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. A rainy night, a girl was alone with her dog at home. Whenever she felt scared, she'd put her hand on the floor next to the bed because the dog would lick it and she felt safe.
Mm-hmm.
During the night, she woke up, went to the bathroom and found the dog's head hung in the roof and written on the mirror, men can lick too.
Oh. I don't believe that, but yeah, woo, that's spooky.
That's spooky though, eh?
spooky.
Spooky story. So remember, men can lick too. So don't none of these excuses about not going down on women.
Yeah, boring.
Yeah.
If that the moral of that story is
Go
kind of
down on more
lingers.
women.
Go down on more women. Right.
That'll stop all those complaining wives.
Exactly.
Complaining wives. That was sent in by another fucking complaining wife. Can't be doing right for doing wrong round here.
yeah.
I lick, it's weird.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to All I Do Is Fail. If you're a complaining wife and you've got a story, please send it in. If you've had some head and shafters, also please send that story in as well.
Please do let us know your follow-up to any agony uncles that we advise on because it's fascinating to know and the listeners demand it more.
Yeah,
So
we want the sex tape. We want what happened with the sex tape story because that is wild.
Go for it. I've got a few work in progress shows coming up. Monday the 24th, I think, in Angel, and then Monday the 7th of November in Angel, and a show Best Friend Ever on the 24th of November in Brixton. If you want to come to any of those,
Cool. You follow me on all good social media platforms.
Phoebe,
Bye.
bye. Take care.